Okay, I'm going to show you guys why you should never buy a gearbox from AutoZone or O'Reilly's. So we're finally bringing the Gold Jeep back to the channel. Today, what I'm going to do, attempt to do at least, is the gearbox. So on this Jeep, every time I turn driver's side, it would not turn all the way. Sometimes it would even get stuck like one turn in. So the only thing that I can think of causing that issue is the gearbox. So I checked to make sure it wasn't the steering shaft getting, you know, binded up down here, but doesn't seem like it. And everything else under the Jeep, all the steering joints and all that are good. The only thing that I could think of being the issue would be that gearbox. Now that's gonna be a fun thing to get out of there, but we will make it happen. Probably through the bottom. First things first, I'm gonna get this out of the way just to give us a little bit more room. That way we can take the hoses off. So yeah, let's start with that. And also, if you guys didn't know, this is gearbox, so you have the two hoses up here. You gotta take off that steering shaft. Also down here behind the plastic cover, there should be some bolts back there that hold it in. All right, so that was pretty easy to take off. Two bolts, one here, one there. Oh, actually it might be three. It's kind of hard to get a good angle, but I got the airbox out. Now we have access to that steering shaft. I do have my steering straight right now. Oh, I guess my Milwaukee's not strong enough, huh? Now we can pull that back. Use one of these. Oh, that goes actually back pretty easy. So next thing we gotta do is loosen these up. I recommend you get some sandwich bags so you could put the ends of these in those bags and you're not spilling oil everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, for these, I'm gonna use an 18 mil. That's what I found worked the best. Do I know the actual size? No. So I have my bag ready. We're gonna put the ends in the bag and then put a zip tie around to hold everything together. All right, let's see how much of a mess we can make. Finally, not hot enough in the garage to where the camera overheats, thankfully. Okay. That's what we're talking about, baby. Put this on. I mean, that fluid looks disgusting too. This I learned through Boosted Motorsports. He's the one that taught me. So I assume these are gonna make a big mess when I take it out. It is what it is. All right, next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the parts store. I need to get a puller to take off the, fuck, I forgot I had the skid plate. Damn it. So I just went to pick up the gearbox. This is from True Grade AutoZone. I do recommend the red top, but I don't have red top money right now, so this will do. I'll let you guys know if this is good or not. I also had to pick up one of these, 1 and 5/16. They only have the 12 point at the store and not impact rated, so hopefully this works to get the nut off of the fitment arm. With that, I also got this fitment arm puller. Rented it through O'Reilly's, like 17 bucks. You get your money back. And then this is the good stuff right here. O'Reilly's power steering fluid. I have the 4.7 HO, and that comes with a hydraulic fan. If you look on the back here, MS5931, which is what you want for the power steering fluid. But right now it is burrito time. I got breakfast burrito. I'm gonna eat that, and then we'll start taking the pitman arm off, and then we could take out the gearbox. I have this 1 and 5/16 socket. I had to get an adapter because it's a 3/4 socket and I only have 1/2 inch stuff. So let's see how this does. And this is using the Hyper Tough that I got for like 20 bucks. It was like 40. Okay. Okay. I'm happy that that came out. Now the fun part is taking the actual pitman arm off. So we got this pitman arm puller, 19. Again, using the Hyper Tough. This one's interesting though. The Hyper Tough, when you use it, it like doesn't give you the full power right away. You can kind of hear it. Oh no, I went the wrong way. That was what I was afraid of. I figured this thing has oil everywhere. It should be fine. It should come out easy. But why would it? Okay, so I've tried heat, I've tried lube, I've tried the puller all together, each at the same time, And it looks like I'm just gonna go buy a pivot arm because that'll save me so much more time than trying to fight this thing. Okay, so now we are under here. I'm gonna end up taking this joint off. We're just gonna leave the pivot arm on and just get a new one because it's not coming off. Anyways, I'm trying to take this washer reservoir out, and it's looking like the sway bar needs to move. It's in the way, so I'm gonna unbolt that down here. Hopefully that's enough room to get it out, but yeah, we will see. So I got the washer reservoir out. There are 2 of these plugs and then some of these where the water travels through. So pretty simple. 2 screws here, 1 screw up there, and on the side right here it slides in. There's a little slot for it. I did have to remove the sway bar, but now I can access these bolts. Don't sleep on these 1/2-inch brushless Hyper Tough. These things actually put in work. So now I'm afraid if I take this one out, everything's gonna fall. So I'm gonna try to strap it up somehow. Or do I just let it fall? All right, we're gonna let it fall. Cool. Here comes the fun part, I guess. Now I'm afraid this might fall straight on my face. We're gonna do it anyways. It might have to go through the top. So we got the new one in now, and I guess now we can start working on putting everything back together. Okay, so we got the new gearbox in. These are tightened down. I got the steering linkage in and tightened down as well. Down here we got the new pitman arm. I got this at O'Reilly's. I torqued it down to what the Hyper Tough goes down to, which I think it's a lot of foot-pounds. So is that the right way to do it? Probably not, but it's the way I'm gonna do it. So now we have to bleed the system and add more fluid to it and then test drive it. Let's go. It's taking me all day. I've taken like 2 lunches, 4 15s, and gave up like 3 times, so that's it. I started at, I think 10 a.m. It's 6 p.m. right now. Could you do this faster? Probably, I think so. Well, I could tell you right now, this is no redhead. You see all this play right here? This is play inside of the gearbox. So big difference compared to a redhead. The redhead will have like little play like this. This has massive play. My old one had better play than this, like, come on. But the difference is I can turn left all the way. With my old gearbox, I wasn't able to turn left at all. Okay, so I don't know if I recorded it, but I tried driving the Jeep and they would not turn. So I think the power steering pump is bad. So the reason why it wasn't turning was because the oil was not going through the hydraulic fan. I had an issue with the fan I didn't know at the time. I still ended up putting in a new power steering pump because it had the original one, so it's time to replace it anyways. And later in the video, I'll show you guys how it drives with the new gearbox and the new power steering. And I had replaced the fan, so the fan wasn't an issue at the time. And then you will see why I recommend you do not buy a gearbox from AutoZone or O'Reilly's. Maybe I messed up, but I'm pretty sure the gearbox was bad as well, because since I've owned the Jeep, I wasn't able to turn left all the way. So that's why we replaced it. But now the power steering doesn't seem to be doing its job. I picked up this pump from AutoZone. You get a similar one at Harbor Freight, a little bit cheaper, but they didn't have any near me. So I'm gonna pump out the oil that's in there and then start taking it out, I guess. I say that the pump is bad because the fan wasn't spinning either. So it did start to overheat The fan I could spin by hand, but it seems pretty tight. I don't know if that's normal or not, but I would imagine it is. Anyways, I'm gonna pump it out and then we'll get started on replacing that. So a lot of the oil is gone. Still a little bit at the bottom right there. And I do see some metallic shavings in the oil itself. Now we gotta loosen this up. I feel like this might have to be removed, but I'll try not to. So the size of this bolt is a speed wrench, crescent wrench, whatever you want to call it, because my 21 didn't fit, my 19 didn't fit. I tried 3/4, that didn't fit. But this fit. Honestly, these Klein ones are really good. I believe this is a Klein. This is from my work bag. We might get some oil spilling out, so just be careful about that. Okay, now we gotta get this out of the way. Of course, it's gonna spill oil. This is where a sandwich bag would be nice. Let me go get one. And there are still two hoses on the back side, so those are still on. But that's okay. So we're going to take off these bolts that are back here. They should be 13s or halves. Yep. And I believe, let's look at the new pump. So this is going to go here. So there's a bolt here, one here, and one at the bottom. And just so you guys are aware, if you have the hydraulic fan, they do have a different reservoir. It has 2 extra places on the back where hoses connect. If you're gonna be swapping out to an electric fan and getting rid of the hydraulic fan like we do in our next video that's coming, you're gonna want to get a regular power steering pump from the 4.7. Don't get the power steering pump that has the attachment for the HO. And also you will need to replace the hose that goes to the power steering pump from your gearbox. 3 bolts. Okay, back here we do have a hose clamp. And these things are nice. I use these for my job. I do HVAC. So these have 5/16 and 1/4. So I'm just gonna turn this around. Bam. And should you have hose clamps on these hoses? Probably not. But it's what I got, so whatever. There's a hose clamp on the other one too. Okay, that one we're probably gonna need my 90. Another good tool, a DeWalt 90. These are really good. You get other brands too, but I've had this one for years. I would say over 5 years, and it's still working good. Yeah, and I'm dropping a ton of oil right now. So much oil. Just gonna drop it through the bottom so I don't have to take the coolant hose off. All right, so that's out. I'm gonna remove the pulley. I'm not gonna do that on camera just because it'll be faster if I don't record it. So working on the Jeep goes how it always goes, huh? Never goes right, always goes left. I was pulling off the pulley, did not move anywhere, but it did break the ring that used to pull it out. So I guess I'll order a new one and we'll continue with this video tomorrow maybe. I don't know. I need to get that in though. I'll see if anyone local has it. If not, I have to order online. Hopefully someone locally has it. So I ended up picking up a new pulley. It's just made the job so much easier. Like I said, the old one broke trying to take it off. And this one actually has a metal ring. The stock one was plastic, so that's a big difference right there. This is made in China though. It is what it is, most parts are. So I tightened this down until it was flat. Went on pretty easy, pretty smooth. So now it's just putting it back in. So we got that main high pressure hose here. We got, I think this is a return, and I don't know what this is, but the bottom one goes towards the bottom of the fan. This side one here on the top, it's gonna go in the Jeep like this. So the one on the back, this one goes from the cooler. So there's a little cooler up here, and that goes to the back of here. So let's go ahead and put this in and test it out. Okay, so I pulled it in from the bottom. Pretty easy to do it that way. And again, hose clamps should not be used. You should get the actual clips, but if that's all you got, it'll be fine. All right, so these power steering bolts should be 21 foot-pounds. Now we can put the last hose on. All right, now these are always fun to put on. And remember, this one goes through the bottom of the coolant hose. At the bottom of this fitting, there's an O-ring. So you gotta make sure you either change it out. I don't have a new one, so we're just gonna throw it on, but it does have an O-ring. All right, so I got that tying down. It should be good now. I'm telling you, these are like the funnest ones to put on. But anyways, we got all that done. I'm gonna fill this up with some oil and then twist this by hand, just to try to get some of the air out and get oil moving through the system. And then afterwards, we'll lift up the Jeep from the axle, turn it on, and bleed it out. I'm not gonna show you that process, but you can watch another video on YouTube on how to do that. Honestly, this one's not that hard to do. It just takes some patience. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys why you should never buy a gearbox from AutoZone or O'Reilly's. So this is, look, it's just staying that way. It's really bad. It's like they took the gearbox, tightened down the adjustment screw, and put new seals on it. This is why, I mean, I know the steering's off, don't worry about that, but look at that, no return to center at all. I would honestly suggest just spending the extra money and buying a gearbox from Redhead or Blue Top, either of those. Do not waste your money or time with one of these remanufactured gearbox from the parts store. Regardless, the reason I changed this is because the steering wheel was getting stuck. It's still getting stuck, so I imagine it's probably going to be something in the steering shaft, since everything else is changed out on this. I'm going to put the stock gearbox back on, and yeah, just want to let you guys know, do not buy a remanufactured gearbox from the parts store. Kind of mad about it since I did all the work to put this on, but it is what it is. Time to swap it out. All right, so these projects never go how you want, of course. With that being said, what we are going to do is we're going to end up removing that hydraulic fan in the next video. We're going to replace it with electrical fan, and I'll show you the whole process on how to do that without a check engine light. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. It's still in the garage, still not driving, but we'll get it driving soon. Don't worry about that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.